year three, he's okay. There's a lot of factors into this. You know what? My bold prediction, fuck it, 90 plus points, 90 plus points for Connor Bedard. I'm gonna raise the stakes, raising the flame, turning
Yes.
on the fire. Um, I think that he will get 90 points because it's a contract year. He wants to play for a I mean, I already think he's gonna get this contract before Thanksgiving anyway, hoping that he gets the same contract that like a Jack Hughes has, like a 9.5. I think that would be great. I think Jack Hughes is 9.5. Could be less. I don't remember how much it is. I know it's cheap though. I know it's cheap. Um,
9.5?
I think a 9.5 over 5 years.
That's a that's see now that's bold right there.
You think that's
Do you
expensive or not?
well, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, can Bedard stay healthy the whole year?
Okay, yeah.
Because if you remember, he was out almost half a season with a broken jaw.
Yeah, his first season,
Um,
right?
so I mean, if he comes out, we see like a rejuvenated type Connor Bedard. And please don't hate on me for this, but seeing him dance around the blue line in overtime with the puck and turning it over makes me want to punch him in the face.
Okay, I
Like it
get it.
just
I get it.
it drives me up a wall. But no, um, I was thinking more in the ballpark is seven for three.
Okay, my only pushback on this is because Kyle Davidson has now signed 6 years for 56 games of Nazar. He has signed 6 years for Vlasic, who had a little over 2 seasons of play. Bedard has he won the Calder. But he was also the number one pick. He's your franchise cornerstone. And you gotta look at the rising cap. The cap is gonna go up extremely. It's gonna rise extremely high within the next couple of years. And I think in
Hmm,
terms of
fair
like
enough.
how much cap percentage his deal will actually be, I think you're looking at it more in terms of how many RFA years you can steal off of him. Because if you sign him to a 3 year, then he only has one contract left versus say you sign him to a 6 year, he's at 26, then you still have him for an RFA year, and then you could sign him to the next deal that leads him to his 30s, right? So if you sign him to that 6 year deal at 9.5, that 9.5 is going to be the equivalent of like a 7.5 2 years ago. So like it depends on how you look at it. I don't look at it now in terms of like how much money it is because I think that if it's 9.5 and he ends up being like an 80 to say he's a Sebastian Aho esque type player where he's 80, but you don't think of him being as a top line. He's a top line center, and that's just who he is. It's like, but you're not thinking of him as the best player in the world. I think 9.5 is still good because I think Aho makes around 8.9, 9.3. But like, I think if he comes out here and he has 90 plus points, it's going to be a 10 plus $1 million contract. And it's probably going to be 7 years max. And then he could leave or stay at 27. But either way, I think that a 6 year contract, a 6 or 5 year contract is coming his way. It just depends on, I guess, depends on how he plays. I don't know how much you take in. Like, say, if you're in, because they've been in negotiations with him all summer long, basically. So it's not like you're gonna base his contract off of like 10 games and be like, you play 10 games very bad, Bedard. Now you get 2 million less. Like, if you went into negotiations like that, you're a fucking idiot. So, like, I assume that they won't. I assume that
I would hope not.
I assume Kyle from Chicago is good at doing these negotiations because he's been doing negotiations we don't know. We don't know what Nazar. We don't know yet, but that could be great, right? Um, with Vlasic, it looks to be one of the best contracts. He got invited to the Canadian camp, I think it was
Hmm.
over the summer. So it's like he's already in talks to being for an Olympic spot. So like, you know, I mean, same thing with Bedard, right? But um, I don't know if he has 90 points. This conversation has turned into a contract talk really, really quick. But if he has 90 plus points, which is my bold prediction, I think it's hard for Kyle to not be like, hey, we'll give you 10.5 right now. Stay for 7, though. Don't leave
Yeah.
after that. But if he signs for anything under 7 years, then it's going to be, I would hope it's between that 8.5 and 9.5 range to just have, like, keep him till he's 25, have the extra RFA year, and then he could decide if he wants to. Like, that's the choice then, right? But at least we have
Well, I
control over
mean,
him for 5 years.